Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you a new Nancy Drew analysis video. Today's video is brought to you by the patrons over at Mystique Manor and by all the official Fellow Detective channel members. If you too would like to support the channel and gain access to exclusive features, check out patreon.com/wizardkitten to become a patron, or click join next to the subscribe button to become an official fellow detective, junior detective, or senior detective. At the end of the 6th mystery in the Nancy Drew series, Nancy Drew's Secret of the Scarlet Hand, players were treated to something exciting at the end they had never had before, an endgame trailer for the next upcoming mystery. From that point forward, continuing until Sea of Darkness, every Nancy Drew game would have a short preview at the end teasing the upcoming game. These teaser trailers helped build anticipation for Nancy's next mystery and kept fans itching for more. But which ones are the best, and which ones dropped the ball? This very question is the subject of today's video. I will be ranking the endgame teaser trailers from worst to best. The first 6 Nancy Drew games and the newest game, Mystery of the Seven Keys, did not have endgame trailers and will therefore not be included in this video. The rest of the game trailers will be ranked on 3 criteria. First, how well does the teaser trailer build anticipation for the next game? Does it use compelling music, sound effects, and scripting to really hype detectives up for Nancy's next case? Second, how accurately does the teaser trailer reflect the game detectives will eventually play? Does it set detectives up with unrealistic expectations, or does it accurately inform players of the experience they will get to have? And third, does the trailer have any X factor? Does it have moving visuals and unique animation, or is it just a series of stagnant pictures? Does it do anything to stand out from the crowd? Seeing as how this video is all about teaser trailers, it will be spoiler-free. I have nothing to warn you about today, except maybe some latent feelings of disappointment that will arise from seeing trailers promising super cool games without delivering. More to come. And without further ado, let's get started. Number 27, Danger on Deception Island. This one is super disappointing because I consider Danger on Deception Island to be one of the best games, but this trailer does not reflect that. The phone call design of the trailer isn't unique or even novel, and the trailer does almost nothing to capture the amazing vibes or story of the upcoming mystery. Long story short, not a good trailer. Number 26, Haunting of Castle Malloy. This trailer is basically just a series of sunny pictures showing some Irish castle ruins, but this doesn't even remotely capture the dark, spooky, or dangerous vibes of the game. The description of the game is also extremely bland, and the trailer does almost nothing to build anticipation. It seems extremely low effort compared to the greatness of the game. Number 25, Phantom of Venice. This trailer is just a series of real-life pictures and extremely empty descriptions of the game. It doesn't even have music or cool sound effects. It feels like someone searched up copyright-free images of Venice and slapped them together in a slideshow, while adding in vague descriptions of an exciting and thrilling adventure. Super underwhelming. Number 24, Alibi in Ashes. There really isn't much to say about this trailer, except that it's pretty boring. It technically describes what's going to happen in the game, but the design is extremely basic, and it does nothing to build anticipation for Nancy going to jail for arson. My notes for this one literally just said, boring, and that's kind of all you need to know. Number 23, The Haunted Carousel. The design is very simple, just a simple phone call, and while it technically builds anticipation, it's completely the wrong kind because this isn't a scary or intense Nancy Drew game. This is one of the least accurate trailers of the entire series, getting only a 1 out of 5 in the accuracy category. It's not the worst trailer, but this just isn't the game we'll play. Number 22, Ransom of the Seven Ships. This trailer technically sets up the next mystery, but only through a series of mostly stagnant images. Frankly, it's just pretty bland and aggressively neutral. Nothing stands out as exciting, and the anticipation of solving a kidnapping is completely ignored. Although I guess that's the case in the game too, so maybe not the most inaccurate trailer. Number 21, Trail of the Twister. This is another trailer where my notes basically just say boring. The only thing interesting about this trailer is some tornado animation, which feels a little unfair because obviously tornadoes are interesting to look at. But as a trailer, it doesn't do a good job of building anticipation or making things interesting. It's just bland. Number 20, Creature of Kapu Cave. This trailer does actually build some anticipation through tonal shifting and musical variation, but once again, it's building anticipation for a game we didn't get. This is another trailer with a 1 out of 5 for accuracy. It's also not unique as a trailer. Stagnant images of concept art are sometimes pretty, but have so little X factor that they just don't stand out. Number 19, Curse of Blackmore Manor. This trailer is just very average. It's a series of stagnant pictures, many of which capture the vibe, and the music does as well, but as a complete trailer, it just doesn't do anything special. Considering how dark and spooky and mysteriously wonderful the game is, it could have done so much more. Number 18, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. This trailer is okay, but it's pretty bland and average compared to the game. We get a teensy bit of animation that's kind of cool and some neat sound effects, but again, they could have done so much more to hype up this awesome game and build more anticipation. Number 17, Secret of the Old Clock. Mad props for the ticking clock design and sound effect. Using the ticking of the clock and the chimes to help emphasize moments in the trailer is genius, but otherwise this trailer does very little to touch on the mystery or the vibes. It overly focuses on Nancy becoming a detective icon and uses stagnant real-life Depression-era images, but where's the game? Not in this trailer, apparently. Number 16, Danger by Design. Once again, mad props for the windmill design. The whooshing of the windmill and the animation accentuates the trailer in a really cool way, but otherwise this trailer just doesn't capture the game well. It talks about Nancy going to France, but doesn't do much else. Anticipation isn't built, and the accuracy is just so-so. Number 15, Legend of the Crystal Skull. Even though this one uses the pretty boring format of just showing us a bunch of stagnant pictures, the concept art images they reveal are some of the most pretty and interesting. The trailer ultimately reveals very little and doesn't capture much of the rainy, spooky vibes of the game, but it does help build anticipation more successfully through the scripting and music choices. Number 14, The Captive Curse. This trailer is very similar to the Legend of the Crystal Skull trailer, in that it's just a series of stagnant pictures, but at least they're quite pretty. This trailer also delivers the dark and unsettling vibes more successfully, but ultimately it could have gone so many steps further to really capture the danger and intrigue. Number 13, Warnings at Waverly Academy. Once again, a teensy bit of cool animation, some pretty concept art pictures, and ultimately some successful capturing of the vibes of the game, but the trailer itself ends up being very neutral. It's fine, but really just meh. The trailer could have done so much more to build anticipation and capture the vibes. It's satisfactory, but far from the best. Number 12, The Shattered Medallion. This trailer is super cinematic and fun, and I kind of love it, except for the glaring issue of its inaccuracy. The trailer goes hard on the kooky and chaotic vibes, which is honestly exactly what the game delivers, but the actual content becomes meaningless. You can't promise me kiwi birds, volcanoes, sheep, and multiple other exciting adventures and then not do any of them. Boo. Number 11, The Deadly Device. The modern-era trailers are generally quite strong, and this one does still have some cool animation, but compared to the other modern-era trailers, it's pretty bland. Beyond some accurate representation and a little bit of vibe setting, the trailer doesn't do much else to set up the game. Considering all the electricity they could have played with, they definitely could have gone harder with this one. Number 10, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. As the first teaser trailer of the series, it's actually impressive that this one ranks so high. The thing about this trailer is that it has really accurate vibes and sets up the anticipation super well. Despite its simplicity, the letter from Sally is voice acted so well, and the sound effects of the storm and the dogs howling in the background is so spooky. The letter format is relatively boring, but it's really easy to imagine Sally sitting at her table in the cabin, penning the letter by lantern light as the ghost dogs gear up to attack. It's pretty thrilling, proving that simplicity can often work quite well. Number 9, Secret of Shadow Ranch. This was the first teaser trailer to employ pictures and even motion, and despite being such an early trailer, it does a stellar job of setting the scene, building anticipation, and capturing the vibes of the game. The music, sound effects, and reveal of the Phantom Horse all make the trailer quite exciting, even if it's not quite as exciting as some of these next few trailers. Number 8, Midnight in Salem. So here's the thing. In isolation, this is 100% the best Nancy Drew teaser trailer. Everything about this trailer is immaculate. The animation, the voice acting, the scripting, the setup, the music, and the thrilling anticipation. Everything is golden. Except this isn't the game we got. Remember when I warned you about latent feelings of disappointment? This is what I meant. I'm literally crushed every time I watch this teaser trailer because this would have been my favorite Nancy Drew game of all time. But this game was trashed, and instead we got the palest of imitations. It's woefully disappointing, but hey, at least the trailer is great, right? Number 7, White Wolf of Icicle Creek. I forgot how cool this trailer is until working on this video. This is a great trailer. It's accurate to the game and captures the sense of snowy isolation. It also builds anticipation by following the wolf's footsteps and ending with the ultimate reveal of the wolf up on the hillside. The animation is unique and well executed. All the elements work together to tell a compelling story and were accurately set up to play the game. A beautifully done trailer. Number 6, Shadow at the Water's Edge. Even though the vast majority of this trailer is stagnant images, they're so beautiful, and the ending of the trailer catches players off guard so well that it ends up with a high X Factor score. It also captures the vibe of the game so well, with the beautiful traditional music and the sudden appearance of the Yuri at the end. Plus, that surprise Yuri appearance really builds anticipation, and definitely makes me want to learn more about this game. An excellent trailer. Number 5, Labyrinth of Lies. This teaser trailer gets top scores, 5 out of 5, for anticipation and X Factor. It builds momentum so well and makes the game seem majestic and thrilling. Plus, the bright colors and unique animation of the underworld are so incredibly cool. The reason it isn't the top trailer, though, is because it's not all that accurate to the game. It does share the theme and the general vibes, but the actual plot and the mystery remain, well, a mystery. Super cool to watch, though, and one of the most exciting trailers. Number 4, Sea of Darkness. This teaser trailer also gets top scores for anticipation and X Factor. Seeing the Hurley-Kide slowly approaching the docks only to crash dramatically at the end, while Nancy narrates a tale of treasure and betrayal, is super cool and builds anticipation incredibly well. It's absolutely thrilling to watch. It's also slightly more realistic to the actual game than the Labyrinth of Lies trailer, even though it still reveals very little about what to expect in the actual mystery. Still, one of the very best trailers. Number 3, Tomb of the Lost Queen. This trailer is super cool. I remember being so excited when I saw this trailer for the first time. This was the first time since White Wolf of Icicle Creek that the trailers employed unique animation that wouldn't show up in the actual game. Except by this point, the developers were showing off the crisp graphics and beautiful animation that would be coming with the new UI. This trailer was so thrilling, told a story, and set the vibe of a spooky Egyptian tomb flawlessly. It's not all that accurate to the game, but it sets everything up beautifully and is impeccably done. Number 2, The Silent Spy. This teaser trailer once again gets top scores in both anticipation and X Factor, and I would even say this trailer has the best anticipation of all the trailers. The buildup of receiving the texts, hearing this slightly familiar voice, and then getting the reveal that the recordings are Nancy Drew's mother? OMG, I remember losing my mind at this trailer. And even though it employs a phone call setup, it's super unique in this format and supported beautifully by the sound effects and surrounding environment. It's not the most accurate, especially considering the game we got, but it does provide an immaculate setup for the mystery. But only one trailer gets every single element right, in my opinion. Number 1, Ghost of Thornton Hall. This is a perfect teaser trailer. It builds anticipation through cinematic precision, with perfect pauses, scripting, voice acting, sound effects, and the ultimate preview of Charlotte at the end. It's also incredibly accurate. The gate we see at the beginning and the trees are almost exactly what we see in-game, and the fog and spooky vibes are exactly what players can expect when they eventually play the game. Finally, this trailer has fabulous X Factor, with Nancy stepping through the gates, looking around, and ultimately being accosted by the ghost. It's all flawlessly done and a perfect example of what a teaser trailer should be. A perfect score. And there you have it, fellow detectives, my ranking of all the teaser trailers in the Nancy Drew series. As you can see by this list, the newest Nancy Drew games have an advantage when it comes to teaser trailers. The animations they were able to include really set them apart and made each trailer come to life in really exciting ways. Perhaps surprisingly, the earlier trailers tended to work better than the Renaissance-era Nancy Drew games, perhaps because they simply embraced the simplicity and went hard on vibes. I also noticed that, for me, it wasn't until about the top 10 that I could start calling the trailers legitimately good. The majority of the teaser trailers are actually pretty underwhelming when you view them in isolation, which is interesting to think about. I remember being thrilled by every teaser trailer growing up, but that's probably because I was just thrilled to play a Nancy Drew game, period. It was less about the quality of the trailer and more about the anticipation of a new adventure. But now, looking at the artistry itself, I can see some areas for improvement. Especially nowadays, when so many games are releasing, I think a good teaser trailer is important. It sets the scene and keeps players wanting more. On that note, I understand why Mystery of the Seven Keys didn't get a teaser trailer, and why there wasn't a teaser trailer for whatever game might come after Mystery of the Seven Keys, because the rollout of Midnight in Salem was a disaster. Her Interactive would likely rather wait until they're positive a game is releasing, rather than overpromising and underdelivering like they have in the past. However, I miss the glory days of knowing that something new was in the works. It built my confidence in the series and let me know that I had more to look forward to. I'm pretty certain that Nancy Drew teaser trailers are a thing of the past, but at least I can look back to the past games with affection and remember the glory days. But what do you think, fellow detectives? What Nancy Drew game teaser trailer is your favorite? Do you agree with my ranking? What do you think about the teaser trailers in general? Let a Wizard Kitten know in the comment section down below. If you really enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button or tipping me for the video with a super thanks next to the download button right beneath the video. If you would like to come join a fantastic group of fellow detectives at Mystique Manor as a patron for the channel, gain access to exclusive content, and support the making of more content like this, please check out patreon.com/wizardkitten. I also have channel memberships with exclusive badges and emojis to use during streams and in the comment section. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming an official fellow detective, or as a junior or senior detective with patron benefits, click join next to the subscribe button. Please feel free to follow the channel on Instagram or Discord, linked in the description box down below. And as always, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Nancy Drew and Cozy Game content. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.